Hey, how you doing? This is Lee Gerstmann, and I just did a kind of lecture on why I think Donald Trump's running for president. Now I'm going to talk about maybe why I think Hillary Clinton is running for president. Now, as to whether or not I think Hillary is right for the job or not, I'm going to leave that up to you to decide. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think any president is going to be completely right or completely wrong for the job. I think no matter who you are, you have your own ideas and attitudes about what needs fixing in this country and what your viewpoints are. And a certain president will go and answer and fix some of those concerns, as well as not being able to answer or fix others, just because that's just the way the country is. It's sort of like a big pot of spaghetti where there are some good ingredients and some bad, and no matter where you stick your fork and try to get to eat only the good parts, there's always going to be a few bad. So, regardless of whether or not Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton is going to be a good president, I really can't say that I think that either one is going to be perfect, nor do I think that either one is going to be a disaster. I think the country is run behind the scenes, and that a lot of times there are figureheads, and that the figureheads are the president. But okay, I think that when Bill Clinton was president, I think that he was a figurehead who people liked. I think that maybe it goes back to a lot of people grew up with John F. Kennedy and liked how he looked as president, and that Bill Clinton was maybe the closest thing to a look as president as John F. Kennedy. I'm not saying that he had the same policies. I'm just saying that people, when they watch a president on TV, they watch the TV and they watch how he speaks. And they are concerned about whether or not a president is doing good, but a part of what they're doing is just watching to see how the president acts. They want a show. They want someone in a suit and good hair and good speech and good diction. And so Bill Clinton provided that. And along with that, people think that the president's wife is a good image too, because it's the whole package. As to whether or not they would have liked Hillary Clinton on her own, that's another thing. But the fact that she became like a powerful kind of personality with a lot of what she did, and that a lot of women are now saying, oh, well, she's representing a lot of women. That's cool. She's getting, in this day and age, sort of the preferential treatment as far as how she's being viewed by some people. Because with a lot of the issues that are out now, with people asserting their rights and their different lifestyles, now the idea of a woman president is being considered to be cool. And so a lot of people are now looking at Hillary as possibly being the good person for the job as president because she's a woman. And so I think that what Hillary is doing is she is trying to represent the image that started with her husband, Bill, who was a president. And of course, technically, he could run again because it's not illegal for a president to run more than 2 terms. It's just not considered right for a president to run more than 2 terms back to back. So he had his 2 terms, and then he's been out of office for a while, so he could come back and run again. But instead, to keep with protocol and to keep with the myth behind no more than 2 terms, it's now Hillary behind the scenes, which means that Bill Clinton is going to be the first man as opposed to the first lady, which is going to be a little bit of an interesting thing, because they won't refer to him as the first man. They'll refer to him as president, because once you become president, you're always going to be called Mr. President and respected as Mr. President, because it's the idea of respect the office, not the man. Which means that even if you hate what a certain president does, and you really hate that person as a person, it is still considered to be American to respect the office of president. And so that's why he's going to be considered the president. So it's like we're going to have 2 presidents in office. So I think that Hillary is going to be trying to keep the status quo of whatever was going on, starting with Obama, and before that with whatever else was going on. Obama was kind of like trying to sort of take the bad taste in people's mouth of Bush, who as president was trying to take the bad taste in people's mouth of, well, you just keep going on down the line. Everybody who is running for president and becomes president, the idea is that not only that they are going to make a change, supposedly for the better, but they're also going to try and take away the bad taste in people's mouth of who was before them. And that's sort of the way the country is. A lot of people are topsy-turvy. They're like, oh, we want to try pancakes for breakfast today, and then later we want to try eggs, and then later we want to try a steak, and then later we just want to have a bowl of fruit. And so people aren't necessarily trying to think of consistency. They're just trying to think of who do they want to look at as far as a president's concerned. They want this particular show today, and tomorrow they'll want to watch something else on a different channel. And so I think that people are looking at Hillary as a different channel. And I think that Hillary is aware of the fickleness in people, and that she just wants to be in office because she knows that she will provide a certain image for people in office to be able to look at. So I don't necessarily think that she has much of a real idea of how to change the country. I think that no matter what she plans on doing, it's going to be like steady, ready, go. It's going to be kind of even Steven. The country's going to be continuing on its course the way that it is. And so I think that that's her concern, and that's the concern of the people in the office who are behind the scenes, who we don't vote for, who are the real people who run the country. They're looking to have a president who maybe once she gets in office, we're going to complain about what she does. Just like we liked having Obama in office, and then once he's in office, it's just the nature of the American people to complain about what he does. And the media presents a lot of stories about things. So a lot of politics is just show. A lot of politics is just, we like someone to be president, and then later on we dislike them, and then we vote for someone else. So I think Hillary is about show. I think that maybe she is hoping to be the next image so that when the history books look back on who was president, they can point to her as being the first woman president. So I think that it's mostly about image. And I think it's mostly about just continuing to keep the country on its sort of drugged up way of liking certain things, not liking certain things. Oh, wow, the president finally did this. Cool. Damn it. I don't like what the president's doing. I can't take it anymore. We need some action done. You know? That sort of thing. So regardless of who you want as president, there's always going to be a this and a that. There's always going to be good parts and bad parts. So when it comes to who really should be president, I don't really think that either one of them is going to be good or bad. I think that it's all a matter of you get who you get, and then when you get them, you get what you get. Well, I hope you got what I said, and I hope you got a good time from it. Well, this has been me just, talking about stuff that I'm really not so educated on. These are just my thoughts, but thank you for listening. Take care, everyone. Bye.